famous around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four.
So there's a lot of talk going around that Marvel might be planning to cast a white female lead for their Blue Marvel project in the MCU. At the same time, as we move closer to Avengers Doomsday, it's become pretty clear that Blue Marvel's introduction is going to play a big role in Marvel's whole multiverse storyline. And while there are whispers about casting choices, one name that keeps coming up is John David Washington, Denzel's son. It's not official, but his future in the MCU seems likely. So let's take a look at what we know about the character, the potential casting, and what it could all mean. With the Fantastic Four finally joining the MCU, most fans assume that Mr. Fantastic is now going to fill the role of the franchise's top genius. But what a lot of people don't realize is that Blue Marvel, also known as Adam Brashear, is almost on Reed Richards' level when it comes to raw intelligence. He may not be smarter than Reed, but he's close. Definitely smarter than most of the current heroes in the MCU. And beyond just being another genius, Adam's origin story opens up the chance to explore deeper themes, especially around race and identity, in a fresh way. Adam's story has some real weight to it. Back in the day, he wore a full mask while doing superhero work, so no one knew who he was. But during a major fight, his mask was ripped off, and people saw that he was black. That led President John F. Kennedy to ask him to step down, basically because America, at the time, wasn't ready for a black superhero. That kind of historical angle makes his character all the more meaningful, especially since the last time the MCU really dug into racial issues was with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Marvel Comics has always been ahead of the curve in creating black heroes, from Black Panther and Luke Cage to Isaiah Bradley and Miles Morales. And in 2008, they added Adam Brashear to that list with Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel #1, written by Kevin Grevioux and illustrated by Matt Broom. Adam was a child genius who fought in the Korean War and became a respected scientist studying antimatter. After a lab accident, his body started absorbing that energy, giving him crazy powers: super strength, flight, energy manipulation, and even telekinesis. He was basically Marvel's version of Superman, but with a deeper backstory. Even though he earned the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Adam was forced into retirement once his identity was revealed. It was one of those awful moments in Marvel history, much like the treatment Isaiah Bradley received. But despite all that, Adam never really gave up on doing good. Eventually, he came back, joining groups like the Ultimates, where his brain power was just as valuable as his strength. And while the world eventually recognized his contributions, what he went through could never truly be forgotten. That's what makes his heroism so admirable. Now, casting someone like John David Washington makes a lot of sense for a character like this. You'd need an actor who could convincingly play a child prodigy turned seasoned veteran, someone who's clearly brilliant but also commands respect. Washington definitely fits the bill, and fans have been on board with the idea for a while. From films like The Equalizer to The Tragedy of Macbeth, he's proven he can handle physical roles and bring serious emotional depth. But here's the twist. It looks like Washington might only do one MCU film before retiring from the big franchises. If that's the case, the studio might have to pass on him for Blue Marvel. Still, there's another character that seems tailor-made for him. Enter Azuri, also known as T'Chanda, the Black Panther of World War II. He first showed up in Fantastic Four Unlimited #1, and he's got one heck of a backstory. Azuri was the king who took in Claw after a plane crash left him the only survivor. Claw tried to introduce a strange panther idol to the Wakandans, and when they refused to worship it, he snapped, killed Azuri's queen, and barely escaped with his life. After that, Azuri turned ruthless. He defended Wakanda with everything he had, even putting enemy heads on spikes to warn off the Nazis. But even though Azuri was brutal, he wasn't without heart. He clashed with Captain America and the Howling Commandos, but eventually realized not all outsiders were enemies. One of them, Gabe Jones, even saved Azuri's children, including young T'Chaka, who'd later become king himself. Denzel Washington's whole career has been marked by intensity and depth. Whether playing heroes or villains, he brings a controlled magnetic energy to his roles. In Training Day, he was wild and unpredictable as Alonzo Harris, while in The Equalizer, he was all precision and plan as Robert McCall. That same balance of power, pain, and purpose would make him perfect to play Azuri. And there are cool ways to work Azuri into the MCU. A flashback scene showing him fighting Hydra during World War II would be awesome, especially since Claw is already gone in the current timeline. Or if he appeared in the ancestral plane to guide Shuri, that would add a whole new layer to her character. Azuri is tougher, darker, and more aggressive than T'Challa ever was, so it would be fascinating to see Shuri learn from someone like him and also reflect on how far Wakanda has come. Now, even though Denzel might be more fitting for Azuri, the role of Blue Marvel doesn't have to be off the table for the Washington family. His son, John David Washington, could easily carry that mantle going forward. Now that Dr. Doom has Franklin Richards in his grasp, the stakes are clearly rising across the multiverse. And if there's one thing we've learned from the comics, it's that we're going to need more powerhouse-level heroes like Blue Marvel to push back against whatever Doom is planning. In the comics, Blue Marvel and Dr. Doom have had a few key interactions that highlight just how much respect and caution Doom holds for someone like Adam Brashear. Even though Doom usually sees himself as intellectually and morally superior to most heroes, he doesn't brush off Blue Marvel. That's because Brashear isn't just one of the smartest minds in the Marvel Universe, he's also one of the most powerful. His antimatter-based abilities allow him to manipulate energy on a scale that few others can, and Doom, being the strategist he is, knows better than to underestimate that. In the Ultimates, when Brashear was part of the team dealing with cosmic-level threats like Galactus and the reordering of reality itself, it became clear just how vital his role is in multiversal events. Dr. Doom's connection to Franklin Richards adds another layer of complexity. Franklin, as we know, is one of the most powerful beings in Marvel continuity, capable of creating entire universes. If Doom is manipulating or weaponizing Franklin's powers for some grand multiversal scheme, the MCU will need more than just brute force or magical knowledge to stop him. They'll need someone who understands quantum physics, multiverse theory, and cosmic balance. Blue Marvel checks all those boxes, and then some. So, as the MCU continues to build towards its next big saga, likely centering on multiverse collapse or corruption, it makes perfect sense for Blue Marvel to be at the front of that fight. He's not just another superpowered guy, he's one of the few who can match Doom both intellectually and physically. Their potential clash in the MCU wouldn't just be thrilling, it would be a battle of ideologies, legacy, and raw cosmic might. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. And if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.